Hi all, Agent here, and we're having some early morning team deathmatch. I built this copter for Battle Arena because I almost always play Battle Arena. I don't really play anything else. But I decided to go for some team deathmatch this morning. So I've been trying this copter out of it, and it works pretty darn well. What I did right there, I wanted to see which side the enemy was going on. If they were going on the right, I would have seen them. So it looks like everybody's on the left. But I noticed there's an aircraft in the match, and as a copter with 4 laser disintegrators, I tend to gravitate towards playing an anti-air role as opposed to anti-ground with the plasmas that I also have. The goal of that is to ensure that my team on the ground can do their job without being bombarded from above. I am effective against both ground and air targets because I have the lasers, which also help against jumping mechs. We're going to see that later in the match. And the plasma, I do shoot at air with it sometimes. Half the time it's a mistake because I miss, but when it does hit, if I land a full volley, it really hurts aircraft. I feel like the way most aircraft are constructed, it hurts the aircraft a lot more than it hurts the ground bots in some cases. So if I feel confident about it, I will whiff a plasma volley at an aircraft. It has gotten me killed before, and I'm sure it will again, but sometimes it pays off. It's a gamble I make, mistake I make, whatever you want to call it. But the enemy team looks like they're pushing pretty hard into our side of the map, and they're actually going to keep that up. They're a very aggressive enemy team, and it's because they have a medic down there, and he's healing the guys up. Now this copter, he's mostly set up for anti-air. I don't know why he put aeroflex on a copter. Maybe this guy doesn't know that they have an inaccuracy. They have a penalty when they're so far off the ground. So if you're going to go anti-air with an aircraft, you really want to be playing an interceptor like I am, a copter interceptor or just a winged interceptor. You don't want to try to use flak in the air because it's only good up close. Like when he starts shooting at me with that, all I got to do is put a little distance between me and him, and I'm okay. That or I can rush him and shoot his rotor blades off, which is what I normally do. He falls to the ground. His flak cannons do become more accurate once he's on the ground, but once he's on the ground, I'm going to pound him with plasma and make sure that those flak cannons don't do a whole lot to me before he's done. So the goal of Team Deathmatch is to help your allies out. You're supposed to kill the enemy team more than they kill you. You don't want to die a lot. You don't want to feed the enemy team. It doesn't matter if you get 10 kills, if you have 15 deaths. Get in there. The goal is to maintain a good KDR. I'd rather have a teammate with 1 kill and 0 deaths than a teammate that had 4 kills and 8 deaths, because all he's doing is feeding the enemy team. Now I get lucky here, and they're all looking at my teammates on the right side of the map, so I'm able to heal up and get off the ground. I get lucky quite a few times in this match, actually, because of maybe it's my positioning. I tend to hang back. I don't want to be right up in their faces because these are a lot of mechs with a medic. I want to be far away so that I can escape and not die if I get into trouble. And I get into trouble quite a lot. I've only got 4 rotor blades. They're easy to shoot off. They're lowest tier blades. 1 will not keep me aloft. So I've got problems when I lose those blades. And they've got a lot of lasers on their team. They've got Laser Leviathan bot 2 on just a massive cubes. And those things hit pretty hard. They hurt when they hit. So I'm damaged. I'm going to go ahead and land. Let her just set her down wherever she lays, and I'm going to cloak, so I'm not an easy target. You still can be seen and heard, but I didn't want anybody coming up and seeing me from far away and stopping my heal, so I cloaked. I didn't need to cloak, but I'd rather cloak and not need it than need to, and it's too late because somebody's already spotted you. You've got to be very proactive, and this enemy team is very proactive. They've kind of fallen apart right now. But there's their medic, and I want to get rid of him. Luckily, he's not going to be healing this Laser Leviathan guy, so I'm going to try to shoot his gun off. I don't do the greatest job of it. He's done a lot of damage to me. So I blink away and cloak. It's a pretty effective way of escaping. I saw a lot of guys doing it during the Temporal Rift event. They would blink like way up in the air and then cloak immediately, and they're a ground bot, and I just lose sight of them. I don't know if it's because I'm old and I've got bad eyes or what, but I was having a difficult time tracking them, so I picked up on that and I started doing the same thing. I kind of blink away in the air and then immediately cloak. And a lot of times it saves my butt. It doesn't always work. It's not guaranteed to work. It's not a surefire way to escape. So bear that, like just right there. I blinked up, I cloaked, and I got hit by arrow flak. It was a lucky shot on his part because he's got that inherent accuracy penalty, but it put me on the ground, and now Laser Leviathan guy is going to finish me off. I try to shoot his gun off, but I fail, and I think he's got some guns on the front of his bot anyway, so chalk one up for the enemy team. But luckily we've got fast respawns. I'm going to head right over there for a vengeance kill. I don't do this stuff in, I don't do it in Battle Arena, I don't care. But team deathmatch, if I can do it safely, of course I'm going to go for a vengeance kill. I don't actually get the kill, our Tesla bot gets it, but that's fine. I dealt a lot of damage to him and I helped our team out. Team deathmatch, I never feel like anybody has stolen my kill. I do believe you score better based on damage than actual kills. So if you're dealing more damage but not actually getting the kills, it doesn't really matter. As long as you're dishing out the damage, it doesn't matter if somebody else mops up after you. So being the only aircraft, I'm going to target that arrow flak Copter as often as I can, because for one, he would be a hard counter to me if he didn't have that accuracy penalty, but his whole point of this match is to kill me being the aircraft, so I want to take him out at every opportunity, and I don't want him hitting me again with that flak while I've blinked and cloaked to get to safety. So we're going to go after him right away again, and he's in a bad position right now. I'm over top of him. I can see all of his rotor blades, and I'm going to strip him off. He falls down to the ground. He's got some PSKs, but that's really no big deal for me. Those aren't great weapons. I don't really recommend using them unless you're at low levels of play. So we're going to hover over here, and hovering is also bad in team deathmatch. You always want to be moving, and if you're not trying to heal, you should also be shooting. Always be moving and always be shooting. There's no reason to hover. All you're doing is making yourself an easy target. And lasers and rails make the best anti-air. Flak is okay. Llamas are okay. They're not great at it. The best things are the weapons that you actually have to aim yourself. The other weapons are pretty easily countered. So we fire off a plasma volley. I switch over to lasers, and I'm backing off just in case they turn their attention to me. That way, if he does shoot my blades off, I've got momentum that's going to carry me backwards and further away from them, and give me a little more time to blink. And this is what I'm talking about when I say this team is they're very aggressive. They're coming right over to our side of the map. They don't care. They've got a medic. They're fairly tough mechs. Mechs are pretty darn tanky still. And they're jumping, so it makes them hard to hit with the plasma. And a lot of times during this match, I just switch over to laser because they spend so much time in the air that it's just more efficient for me to use laser and scope in and shoot at them. You don't want to like tunnel vision on the enemies, but there's no flying Teslas in this matchup, so I'm a little more comfortable doing it. Move in for the kill, and then I back right back out. I don't want to be hovering right over that little choke point, mind you. It's a vertical choke point. So there's our match. There's our victory. We did top damage, top score. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.